Hello and welcome to another update video on Ethereum. The Ethereum chart is now in a larger resistance area for yellow wave B. The yellow scenario, quick reminder, is not preferred until we really break important support levels, which we're not doing at the moment. Ethereum is holding up quite well for now. So this is just a resistance area to watch there, which ranges all the way up to $3,231, which is the 1.38 Fibonacci retracement. From here, we could get a push to the downside in wave C of a larger B wave, but that is not anything I'm primarily watching for, but we still have to expect it as part of scenario planning. It's just still possible, It just means if we now see a sharp decline, this would likely still be part of a B wave pullback flat correction. As part of a bullish scenario, but a broader correction. Ideally, we don't see that, however, because it would be kind of a indication that the price has failed to generate an upside breakout, which again would indicate some weakness. So ideally, we're going to see further upside continuation from here. But there are obviously certain micro support levels that we need to observe, which at the moment are still holding. So yeah, I mean, there's not really any change to the scenarios, but we need to be aware of alternative bearish scenarios. I assume the bullish count is clear because nothing has changed about it. Current thesis is that here on the 22nd of June low, we saw a B wave low and we're now moving up in wave C, and there is currently no break of support. Let us take a look at the smaller time frame for Ethereum, and hold on. And here you can see this potential B wave low that actually formed on the 22nd of June. We did see a 5-wave advance from there. We did see a 3-wave pullback. Basically, we can consider this a 1-2 setup. And now we could indeed be in a third wave to the upside. That might be circle wave 3, which in itself should be a 5-wave pattern. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And wave 3 might still be unfolding. Yeah, this is at least the current idea. As I explained yesterday, we're now entering, and that's true for the Bitcoin chart as well, we're now entering probably the messy phase, because we have already seen the main element of the third wave. So now we're entering this phase where there is a fourth wave and a fifth wave and another 4, 5, 4, 5. So it's not going to be, we're going to be in this range for some time. That would be my assumption. That's my view. We're going to be in the range for some time. That's not a bad thing because it means that support levels can build and so on. At least that's the current view. And to stay in this range, we ideally hold above the $2,742 level. That is the nearest support level I can offer. And Ethereum seems to be holding up better than Bitcoin because you see, Ethereum isn't even close to the 50% retracement that I'm tracking. Bitcoin is already, well, it hasn't touched it yet, but it's quite close, On the Bitcoin chart, the equivalent would be the 115K level. Here it's 2,742 and we're still at $3,040. So still way above that level. Doesn't mean we couldn't test it. We absolutely can. It just means that Ethereum seems to be holding up better than Bitcoin, which we see on the ETH BTC chart as well. Now, for now, I think the focus remains on higher prices, especially as long as we're holding above this 50% retracement level. I would need to think about a change in structure. If we break below it, I would then first explore, okay, have we already topped in circle wave 3 maybe? That would allow for a deeper pullback while still maintaining an upside impulse, but I would prefer to see some more direct upside like this. But it might mean, because we're now entering this phase where there are lots of 4 or 5 patterns here, it might indicate that we stay in this range for a little while. In the very short term, I mean, looking at the nanostructures, this here is just, you don't really get any clean patterns here at the moment. This here is, just quite messy price action. We could even say that maybe this is the third. This would likely look better. A, B, and I don't know, maybe we're working on wave C still. This is not, the micro patterns aren't very clear. I mean, I had the wave 3 here. It could even be that we're still in the, I mean, there are many combinations here that can play out. Maybe it's even turning into a complex WXY pattern. I wouldn't want to label every little wave here it really doesn't make much sense. But to keep it valid, I mean, one valid scenario would be actually a WXY structure, but then I'm already really at a very, very small wave degree, so it would get a little bit messy if I now have them all on the smallest wave degree, but could be a WXY structure basically, and then in the Y wave we have an ABC. But the main takeaway is here, as long as we don't break below $2,740, there is not really any signal for a top. So yeah, that is the update on Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates. There's an X channel that I've linked in the video description and the comments section, and you get additional updates here, Elliott wave tips, and you can also ask questions. So check it out. See you over there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.